Hello there. Welcome to this very special moment. Tonight, we're going to talk about something profound, something that changes everything. Self-love. Not the superficial kind, not the narcissistic kind, but real, deep, genuine self-love. The kind that says, I see all of me, the good, the imperfect, the growing, and I love it all. You know, self-love isn't selfish. It's actually the most generous thing you can do. Because when you love yourself, truly love yourself, you have so much more to give others. When your cup is full, you can pour into others. But when your cup is empty, when you're running on empty, because you've given everything away without keeping anything for yourself, you have nothing left to give. So tonight, we're going to fill your cup. We're going to remind you of your worth. We're going to help you see what's always been true, that you are worthy of love. Not someday, not when you're better, not when you're different, but now, exactly as you are. So get comfortable, settle into your bed, and let's begin this beautiful journey into loving yourself completely, unconditionally, perfectly, as you are, right now. Right now, in this moment, let's make a decision, a powerful decision that will change everything. I choose to love myself unconditionally, not with conditions, not with if-onlys, not with when-Is, but unconditionally, right now, as I am, with all my flaws, with all my imperfections, with all my mistakes. I choose to love myself. This isn't easy, I know. We've been taught our whole lives to earn love, to deserve love, to be worthy of love. We've been taught that love is conditional. I'll love you if you're good enough. I'll love you if you're successful enough. I'll love you if you're attractive enough. But that's not real love. Real love, unconditional love, doesn't have requirements, doesn't have conditions. It just is. And tonight, you're choosing to give yourself that kind of love. The kind that says, I love you, not because you're perfect, but because you're you. Not because you've achieved everything, but because you exist. Not because you've earned it, but because you're worthy of it, simply by being alive. This is revolutionary. This is radical. This is what changes everything. When you choose unconditional self-love, you stop trying to earn your own approval. You stop waiting to be good enough. You stop putting conditions on your own worthiness, and you just love yourself as you are, with the messy parts, with the growing parts, with the parts you're still working on. All of it deserves love, your love. So let's say it together. I choose to love myself unconditionally. Feel those words. Let them sink in. I choose to love myself unconditionally. Not tomorrow, not when I'm better, now, today, this moment. I choose to love myself unconditionally. This is your declaration, your commitment, your promise to yourself, that from this moment forward, you will love yourself, not because you've earned it, but because you deserve it. Not because you're perfect, but because you're human. Not because you have to, but because you choose to. This choice, this decision, this commitment, it changes everything. Because when you love yourself unconditionally, you stop seeking validation from others. You stop trying to prove your worth. You know your worth. You feel your worth. Because you've decided that you're worthy of your own love. And that's the most important love you'll ever receive. Your own. So choose it. Now. Choose to love yourself unconditionally and feel how that choice begins to transform everything. I choose to love myself unconditionally. This is my truth, starting now. Now, let's talk about 3 of the most powerful words you'll ever hear. I am enough. Not, I will be enough when. Not, I could be enough if. But, I am enough. Right now, as I am. I am enough. These words, they might feel strange at first, because we're so used to feeling not enough, not smart enough, not successful enough, not attractive enough, not wealthy enough, not talented enough. We've been measuring ourselves against impossible standards, against other people, against perfectionism, against ideals that no one could ever reach. And we've been telling ourselves, I'm not enough. But that's a lie we've been believing for too long. The truth is, you are enough. You've always been enough. You'll always be enough. Because enough isn't about what you do, it's about who you are. And who you are is inherently valuable. You don't have to prove it. You don't have to earn it. You are enough simply by existing. Think about it. When a baby is born, do we say, that baby needs to achieve something before it's worthy of love? No. We love that baby unconditionally, just because it exists, just because it's here. That baby is enough. And you're that same person, just older, just with more experiences. But at your core, you're still that same being who was enough from the very beginning. Nothing you've done or haven't done changes that fundamental truth. You are enough. Not because of your achievements, not because of your appearance, not because of your status, but because you are. You exist. You're here. You're alive. And that's enough. More than enough. So let's say it out loud or in your mind. I am enough. Say it again. I am enough. And again. I am enough. Let it sink in, past the resistance, past the doubt, into that place inside you that knows it's true. I am enough. You don't need to be more. You don't need to do more. You don't need to prove anything to anyone, including yourself. You are enough right now. with all your imperfections, with all your struggles, with all your humanness. You are enough. And when you truly believe this, when you really feel this, everything changes. You stop trying so hard to be someone you're not. You stop seeking approval from people who don't matter. You stop comparing yourself to others because you know deep in your bones that you are enough. Not better than anyone, not worse than anyone, just enough, perfectly enough, exactly as you are. This is freedom. Freedom from the tyranny of not enough. Freedom from the constant striving to be more. Freedom to just be who you are and know that's enough. So take a deep breath and let this truth fill every cell of your being. I am enough. I am enough. I am enough. This is your truth. This is your power. This is your freedom. You are enough, now and always. You know what's beautiful? All of you. Not just the parts you're proud of, not just the parts that are polished and perfect, but all of you. The strong parts and the weak parts, the confident parts and the insecure parts, the light parts and the shadow parts. All of it is worthy of your acceptance, of your love. We have this tendency to reject parts of ourselves, the parts we think are bad or wrong, the parts we're ashamed of, the parts we wish weren't there. We try to hide them, push them down, pretend they don't exist. But here's the thing, those parts don't go away. They just go underground, where they cause problems, create tension, steal our peace. But tonight, we're doing something different. We're accepting all parts, even the parts we've been rejecting. Because here's the truth, your so-called weaknesses are part of what makes you human. Your struggles are part of what makes you relatable. Your imperfections are part of what makes you, you. Without them, you'd be a robot, perfect but lifeless, flawless but fake. But with them, you're real, you're authentic, you're human. And that's beautiful. So let's practice acceptance. Think about a part of yourself that you've been rejecting. Maybe it's a physical feature you don't like. Maybe it's a personality trait you wish you didn't have. Maybe it's a weakness that embarrasses you. Whatever it is, bring it to mind. And now, instead of pushing it away, let's welcome it. I see you. I acknowledge you. And I accept you. You're part of me, and that's okay. Can you feel the shift? When you stop fighting with parts of yourself, when you stop trying to be someone you're not, when you just accept all of you, there's peace, there's relief, there's integration. You become whole, not by changing who you are, but by accepting who you are. All parts, the good the bad, the in-between, they all belong. They're all part of your story. They're all part of your journey. They're all part of what makes you uniquely you. And when you accept them, really accept them, they lose their power to torment you. They become integrated into who you are, not as flaws, but as features, not as problems, but as parts of the whole, beautiful, complex person that you are. So tonight, accept all parts of yourself, the parts you love and the parts you're learning to love, the parts you're proud of and the parts you're working on, the parts that are easy and the parts that are difficult. All of it, all of you, is worthy of acceptance, is deserving of love, is part of who you are. And who you are is enough, exactly as you are. Accept yourself, all of yourself, and feel the peace that comes from being whole. Let's talk about one of the biggest thieves of self-love: comparison. You know what I mean. Looking at others and measuring yourself against them. She's more successful. He's more attractive. They have more money. And in that comparison, you always come up short. Because that's how comparison works. It's designed to make you feel less than. But here's what we forget. Everyone has their own journey, their own path, their own timeline, their own struggles. And you can't compare your chapter 3 to someone else's chapter 20. You can't compare your behind the scenes to someone else's highlight reel. It's not fair, it's not accurate, it's not helpful. And most importantly, it steals your joy. When you're busy looking at what they have, you miss what you have. When you're busy wishing you were them, you forget to be you. And being you is your only job. Not being them, not being better than them, just being you. The most authentic, most genuine, most real version of you. That's your path. That's your purpose. That's your gift. And when you compare, you abandon that path. You leave your own lane and try to run in theirs. But you can't, because their lane is theirs, and your lane is yours. So tonight, let's make a commitment to stop comparing, to stop measuring your worth against others, to stop looking at what they have and start celebrating what you have, your unique gifts, your special talents, your particular journey. No one else has walked your path. No one else has your combination of experiences. No one else is you. And that's what makes you valuable. Not how you compare to others, but how you show up as yourself. So let go of comparison. Let go of measuring. Let go of the endless race to be better than someone else. And instead, focus on being better than who you were yesterday. That's the only comparison that matters. Are you growing? Are you learning? Are you becoming more you? That's success. Not being better than them, but being more authentic to you. So celebrate your journey. Celebrate your progress. Celebrate your unique path. because it's yours and it's beautiful, and no one else can walk it but you. Stop comparing. Start celebrating. You are on your own special journey, and it's perfect for you. Respect. It's something we give so easily to others, but rarely to ourselves. We respect other people's time, but we waste our own. We respect other people's boundaries, but we ignore our own. We respect other people's needs, but we neglect our own. But tonight, that changes. Tonight, you're claiming the respect you deserve from the most important person in your life, yourself. You respect yourself. This means you honor your time. You don't waste it on things that don't matter, on people who don't value you, on activities that drain you. You respect your time because it's precious and limited. You value yourself. This means you recognize your worth. You don't let others treat you poorly. You don't accept less than you deserve. You don't settle for crumbs when you deserve the whole meal. You value yourself because you are valuable, not because of what you do, but because of who you are. You respect yourself. This means you keep your promises to yourself. If you say you'll do something, you do it. If you set a boundary, you maintain it. If you make a commitment, you honor it. Because respecting yourself means treating yourself with the same integrity you'd treat someone you deeply respect. You value yourself. This means you invest in yourself, in your health, in your growth, in your happiness. You don't see self-care as selfish. You see it as essential, because you can't pour from an empty cup. You can't give what you don't have, so you fill yourself first, not because you're selfish, but because you're wise. You know that respecting yourself, valuing yourself, is the foundation for everything else. When you respect yourself, others respect you. When you value yourself, others value you. When you treat yourself with dignity, the world responds in kind, but it starts with you. So tonight, make a commitment to respect yourself in all situations, even when it's hard, even when it's uncomfortable, even when others don't understand. You respect yourself to value yourself at all times, even when you make mistakes, even when you fall short, even when you're imperfect. You still value yourself because your worth isn't conditional. It doesn't go up when you succeed, and it doesn't go down when you fail. It's constant. It's inherent. It's yours. So respect it, value it, honor it. You deserve your own respect. You deserve your own value. And when you give yourself these things, everything else falls into place. I respect myself. I value myself. Always, in all ways. This is my truth, starting now. Here's something beautiful I want you to consider. Your imperfections. Those things about yourself that you think are flaws. They're not. They're art. They're what make you interesting, unique, real, human. Think about it. Perfect things are boring. A perfectly smooth stone is nice to look at, but a stone with cracks, with colors, with unique patterns, that's art. That's interesting. That's worth keeping. You are like that stone. Your imperfections, your quirks, your unique features, they're what make you one of a kind. There's no one else in the entire world with your exact combination of traits, your exact mix of strengths and weaknesses, your exact blend of light and shadow. You are an original, not a copy, not a replica, not mass-produced. You are a unique work of art, created once, never to be repeated. And your imperfections are part of what makes you priceless. Think about famous art. The Mona Lisa has cracks. The Venus de Milo is missing arms. Ancient pottery has chips and breaks. But we don't say, these are flawed. We say, these are valuable. These are unique. These are beautiful. Because we understand that perfection is not what makes something valuable. Character, history, uniqueness, that's what makes something valuable. And you have character. Every experience you've had has shaped you. Every challenge you've faced has added depth. Every imperfection you have has added interest. You're not a bland, perfect, mass-produced item. You're a unique, complex, fascinating piece of art. And your imperfections, that scar, that tells a story. That quirk that makes you memorable. That weakness that makes you human. They're all part of your art. They're all part of what makes you, you. So stop trying to smooth out all your rough edges. Stop trying to be perfect and polished and flawless. Start embracing your imperfections. Start celebrating your quirks. Start recognizing that you are art, exactly as you are. With all your cracks, all your colors, all your unique patterns. You are beautiful, not despite your imperfections, but because of them. They're what make you interesting. They're what make you real. They're what make you, you. And you are a masterpiece. So own it, embrace it, love it. Your imperfections are art, and you are a work of art. Irreplaceable, invaluable, beautiful, just as you are. Deep inside you, beneath all the layers of hurt, of fear, of protection, there's something beautiful. There's goodness, pure goodness. There's light, bright light. It's always been there from the moment you were born. It's your essence, your true nature, your core. And nothing, absolutely nothing, can extinguish it. Not mistakes, not failures, not the worst thing you've ever done. That goodness, that light, is still there, shining, waiting, ready to be recognized, to be acknowledged, to be brought forward. You know, we often focus on what's wrong with us, our mistakes, our flaws, our shadows. But we forget to look at what's right, the goodness that's there, the kindness in your heart, the compassion you feel for others, the love you're capable of giving, the gentle way you treat animals or children or anyone vulnerable. That's your light shining through. The times you've helped someone in need, even when it cost you something. The times you've been kind when you could have been cruel. The times you've chosen love over fear. That's your goodness showing itself. And it's always there, even when you don't feel it, even when you can't see it. It's there, like the sun behind clouds. The clouds don't make the sun disappear. They just temporarily block our view. And your goodness, your light, is like that sun, always there, always shining, even when life's clouds make it hard to see. So tonight, let's reconnect with that light. Place your hand on your heart and feel it there. That warmth, that goodness, that light. It's real. It's yours. It's you. At your core, you are good. Not because you've done good things, but because goodness is your nature. At your core, you are light. Not because you've achieved enlightenment, but because light is what you're made of. And when you remember this, when you connect with this, everything changes. You stop being so hard on yourself because you remember you're fundamentally good. You stop believing the harsh stories about yourself because you remember there's light in you. You start treating yourself with more kindness because you recognize your inherent worth. So feel it now, that goodness within you, that light within you. It's there. It's always been there. And it's beautiful. You are beautiful. Not just on the outside, but on the inside, where it really matters. You have goodness within you. You have light within you. And that goodness, that light, is the truth of who you are. Everything else is just temporary. But this is permanent. This is real. This is you. Good, light, beautiful, at your very core. Let's talk about where your worth really comes from, because I think we've got it all wrong. We think our worth comes from our achievements, our success, our status, our job title, our bank account, our accomplishments. But that's not where worth comes from. Those things can be taken away. You can lose your job. You can lose your money. You can fail at something. And then what? Are you suddenly worth less? No, because your worth was never in those things. Your worth is internal. It's in your heart, in your character, in your essence, in who you are. Not what you do, but who you are. And who you are can't be taken away. Your kindness, that's internal worth. Your compassion, that's internal worth. Your ability to love, that's internal worth. Your resilience, your courage, your honesty, these are the things that make you valuable. Not your resume, not your possessions, not your achievements. Those things are nice, sure, but they're not what makes you worthy. What makes you worthy is the heart that beats in your chest, the soul that animates your body, the spirit that makes you, you. And that can never be diminished by failure, by loss, by anything external, because it's internal. It's who you are at your core. And at your core, you are valuable, immeasurably valuable, not because of what you've done, but because of what you are. A human being with dignity, with worth, with value. That's inherent, not earned. That's permanent, not temporary. That's yours, always. So stop looking for your worth in external things. Stop measuring your value by your achievements. Stop thinking you have to earn your worthiness. You don't. Your worth is already there, inside you, in your heart, in your character, in your essence. And it's been there all along. You just forgot to look there. You were too busy looking outside at what you could achieve, at what you could gain, at what you could become. But your worth was never out there. It was always in here, in your heart. So come back to your heart. Come back to your center. Come back to the truth that your worth is internal. It's in who you are, not what you do. It's in your character, not your credentials. It's in your heart, not your accomplishments. And when you remember this, you become free. Free from the need to constantly achieve. Free from the pressure to constantly prove yourself. Free to just be who you are, knowing that's enough. Because your worth is internal, and it's already complete. Here's a truth that you need to hear. You deserve love, respect, happiness. Not someday, not when you've earned it, not when you're perfect, but now, just as you are. You deserve love, real love, genuine love. Not love that's conditional, not love that you have to work for, not love that's given only when you're good, but love that's freely given because you exist, because you're you, because you're worthy of it. You deserve respect from others, yes, but more importantly, from yourself. You deserve to be treated with dignity, to have your boundaries honored, to have your needs considered, to have your voice heard. You deserve happiness, not just fleeting moments of pleasure, but real, deep, lasting happiness. The kind that comes from living authentically, from being true to yourself, from honoring what matters to you. You deserve this, all of this, and you don't have to earn it. You don't have to be perfect first. You don't have to prove yourself. You deserve it simply because you're human, and every human deserves love, respect, happiness. It's a birthright, not something you have to work for, but something you're entitled to, simply by being alive. Now, I know you might not have received these things. Maybe you grew up without enough love. Maybe you've been treated without respect. Maybe happiness has felt elusive. But that doesn't mean you don't deserve them. It just means You haven't received what you deserve. And that's not your fault. That's not because you're not worthy. It's just life hasn't given you what you deserve. Yet. But it can start right now with you giving yourself what you deserve, loving yourself, respecting yourself, creating happiness for yourself, not waiting for someone else to give it to you, but claiming it for yourself because you deserve it, and you always have. So tonight, make a declaration. I deserve love. I deserve respect. I deserve happiness. Not someday, not when I'm better, but now, as I am, imperfect, growing, human. I deserve all good things, and I claim them for myself. Starting tonight, I will love myself. I will respect myself. I will create happiness for myself because I deserve it, and I always have. This is my truth. This is my right. This is my birthright. I deserve love. I deserve respect. I deserve happiness, and I claim them now. Look at you. Look at where you are right now, in this bed, listening to this. You made it here, through everything you've been through. And I want you to really think about that. Everything you've survived, every heartbreak, every disappointment, every loss, every moment you thought you couldn't go on, but you did. Every time you felt broken, but you put yourself back together. Every challenge that seemed impossible, but you found a way. You're still here, and that is something to be proud of. That is resilience. Not just surviving, but continuing. Not just enduring, but persevering. Not just getting through, but growing through. You are resilient, more resilient than you give yourself credit for. Think about it. All the times you wanted to give up, but you didn't. All the times you felt too weak, but you found strength somehow. All the times you thought it was over, but you kept going. That's resilience. That's courage. That's strength. And it's yours. You've proven it over and over by being here, by still trying, by not giving up. And tonight, I want you to acknowledge that. I want you to be proud of that, because you should be. You've been through so much, and you're still here, still fighting, still growing. That's not weakness. That's strength. That's not failure. That's success. That's not barely surviving. That's thriving in the face of difficulty. So be proud of yourself for your resilience, for your strength, for your courage, for not giving up when it would have been easier, for keeping going when you didn't know how you'd make it, for being here right now, still willing to grow, to heal, to love yourself. That takes courage. That takes strength. That takes resilience. And you have it in abundance. You might not feel it all the time. You might feel weak. You might feel tired. But you're not weak. Weak people don't make it this far. You're strong. Strong enough to keep going even when it's hard. Even when you don't know how you'll do it. You find a way. That's who you are. A fighter. A survivor. A resilient soul who refuses to give up. Who keeps getting back up, no matter how many times you get knocked down. And that is beautiful. That is admirable. That is something to be immensely proud of. So tonight, acknowledge your strength. Recognize your resilience. Be proud of how far you've come, of everything you've survived, of the fact that you're still here, still trying, still growing, still becoming. You are resilient, and that's one of your greatest strengths. Be proud of it, celebrate it, honor it. You've earned it. Through every challenge you've faced, through every storm you've weathered, through every dark night you've endured, you've proven your resilience, and it's beautiful. You are beautiful in your strength. I'm proud of you, and you should be proud of yourself too. From this moment forward, let's make a change. A change in how you speak to yourself. Because the voice inside your head, the way you talk to yourself, it matters more than you know. If you had a friend who spoke to you the way you speak to yourself, would you keep that friend? Probably not. Because most of us speak to ourselves with a harshness, a cruelty, a criticism that we would never tolerate from anyone else. We call ourselves stupid when we make mistakes. We call ourselves ugly when we look in the mirror. We call ourselves failures when things don't work out. But we would never speak to a friend that way. We would never speak to a child that way. So why do we speak to ourselves that way? It's time for that to change. Starting tonight, you're going to speak to yourself the way you'd speak to someone you love. With kindness, with encouragement, with compassion. When you make a mistake, instead of saying, "I'm so stupid," you'll say, "That's okay. Everyone makes mistakes. I'll learn from this." When you look in the mirror, instead of criticizing what you see, you'll say, "I'm doing my best, and that's beautiful." When things don't work out, instead of calling yourself a failure, you'll say, "This didn't work, but I'm brave for trying. I'll try again." This is how you start loving yourself, by changing the way you speak to yourself. Your words have power. They create your reality. If you constantly tell yourself you're not good enough, you'll believe it and you'll act like it's true. But if you tell yourself you're worthy, you're capable, you're loved, you'll start believing that and acting like it's true. So be intentional about your self-talk. Notice when you're being harsh and choose to be kind instead. Notice when you're being critical and choose to be encouraging instead. Notice when you're tearing yourself down and choose to build yourself up instead. This isn't about lying to yourself. It's not about fake positivity. It's about speaking to yourself with the same kindness you'd offer to anyone else you care about. Because you deserve that kindness from yourself. So make a promise right now. I promise to speak kindly to myself. I promise to encourage myself instead of criticizing. I promise to use my words to build myself up, not tear myself down. I promise to be my own best friend in the way I speak to myself. This is powerful. This is transformative. This is how you change your life. By changing the story you tell yourself about yourself. By changing the way you speak to yourself. From harsh to kind. From critical to compassionate. From mean to loving. You deserve kind words from yourself most of all. So give them to yourself, starting now. Tonight, let's make a promise, a sacred promise to yourself. A promise to care for yourself, not just today, not just this week, but always to care for your body, the body that's carried you this far, to feed it well, to move it gently, to rest it fully, to treat it with respect, with gratitude, with love. Your body deserves your care. It works so hard for you every day. And tonight, you're promising to take care of it. To care for your mind, the mind that's processing so much. To feed it good thoughts, to give it peaceful moments, to protect it from too much negativity. Your mind deserves your care. It's been working so hard, and tonight, you're promising to take care of it, to care for your emotions, the emotions that you feel, to honor them, all of them, to allow yourself to feel without judgment, without shame. Your emotions deserve your care. They're messengers telling you what you need. And tonight, you're promising to listen to them, to care for your spirit, the spirit that animates you, to nourish it with beauty, to feed it with meaning, to honor it with authenticity. Your spirit deserves your care. It's what makes you, you. And tonight, you're promising to tend to it. This promise to care for yourself. It's not selfish, it's essential. You can't pour from an empty cup. You can't give what you don't have. You can't care for others if you don't care for yourself. So making this promise to care for yourself is actually an act of love for everyone in your life. Because when you're taken care of, you can better care for them. When you're filled up, you can better pour out. When you're whole, you can better give. So promise yourself right now, I promise to care for myself. I promise to make my well-being a priority. I promise to honor my needs, not just the needs of others. I promise to rest when I'm tired, to eat when I'm hungry, to speak when I need to. I promise to set boundaries that protect my peace. I promise to say no when I need to. I promise to ask for help when I need it. I promise to take care of myself the way I'd take care of someone I deeply love. Because you are someone you should deeply love. You are worth the effort, the time, the energy. You are worth taking care of. So make this promise and keep it. Not perfectly, but consistently. Keep showing up for yourself. Keep prioritizing your well-being. Keep honoring your needs. This is how you love yourself. This is how you respect yourself. This is how you create a life that feels good. By caring for yourself first, so you can care for others better. I promise to care for myself starting now. Your feelings, they matter. All of them. The happy ones, the sad ones, the angry ones, the scared ones. Every single feeling you have matters. Not just the socially acceptable ones, not just the easy ones. All of them. For too long, maybe you've been told, don't feel that way. You shouldn't be upset. There's no reason to be sad. But that's wrong. Your feelings don't need permission. Your feelings don't need a good reason. Your feelings just are. And they're valid simply because you're feeling them. If you feel sad, you're allowed to feel sad. You don't need a justification. If you feel angry, you're allowed to feel angry. You don't need to apologize for it. If you feel scared, you're allowed to feel scared. You don't need to be braver. If you feel happy, you're allowed to feel happy. You don't need to tone it down. Your feelings, all of them, are valid. They're information. They're telling you something important about what you need, about what matters to you, about what's happening inside you. And when you honor them, when you listen to them, you're honoring yourself. You're saying, what I feel matters. My inner experience is important. I'm worthy of feeling whatever I feel. This is radical in a world that tells us to suppress our feelings, to hide our emotions, to put on a brave face. But suppressing feelings doesn't make them go away. It just makes them come out in other ways. In tension, in illness, in explosions. But when you allow yourself to feel your feelings, when you honor them, when you express them healthily, they move through you. They don't get stuck. They don't build up. They flow, and then they pass, making room for new feelings, for new experiences, for new growth. So tonight, give yourself permission to feel whatever you feel, without judgment, without shame, without apology. Your feelings matter. They're not inconvenient. They're not too much. They're not wrong. They're yours, and they're valid. And you're allowed to have them, to express them, to honor them, because you matter, and what you feel matters. So if you're sad tonight, that's okay. Feel it, honor it, let it be. If you're anxious tonight, that's okay. Acknowledge it, breathe through it, be kind to yourself. If you're happy tonight, that's okay too. Celebrate it, savor it, let yourself feel it fully. Whatever you're feeling is exactly what you should be feeling right now. Because feelings don't have shoulds, they just are. And yours are valid, important, worthy of honor. Because you are valid, important, worthy of honor. Your feelings matter, and so do you. Here's something powerful I want you to realize. You don't need anyone else to be your foundation. You can be your own foundation, your own solid ground, your own support, your own stability. For so long, maybe you've been looking for someone else to be your rock, someone to lean on, someone to depend on, someone to hold you up. And that's okay. We all need support. But the most important support you'll ever have is your own. Because people, as wonderful as they are, can let you down. They can leave. They can change. They can be unavailable. But you're always there. You're always with yourself. You can't leave yourself. You can't abandon yourself. You're the one constant in your entire life. From birth to death, you're with you. So why not make yourself the most reliable, the most supportive, the most solid foundation you have? This doesn't mean you don't need others. It means you're not dependent on them for your basic stability. You provide that for yourself. And then others are a bonus, an addition, an enhancement, but not a requirement for you to be okay. Because you make yourself okay. You are your own solid foundation. This means when life gets shaky, when things are uncertain, when people disappoint you, you don't crumble, because you're standing on your own solid ground. The ground of self-love, the ground of self-trust, the ground of self-support. You've got you. And that's enough to stay standing. This is freedom. Freedom from needing someone else to make you feel okay. Freedom from looking for validation from external sources. Freedom to stand on your own. Not because you're alone, but because you're whole. You're complete within yourself. You're your own best support. And when you realize this, relationships become better, because you're not looking for someone to complete you. You're already complete. You're just looking for someone to share with. That's healthier. That's stronger. That's more sustainable. So tonight, recognize that you are your own foundation. You are your own rock. You are your own support system. And that's powerful. That's liberating. That's self-love in action. You don't need to wait for someone else to be your foundation. You can be that for yourself, starting now. Stand on your own solid ground, the ground of self-love, self-trust, self-support, and from that foundation, you can build anything you want. A life you love, relationships that nourish you, dreams that fulfill you, all built on the solid foundation of you, supporting you. You are your own solid foundation, and that's beautiful. You know what? Your personality is amazing. The way you laugh, the things that make you smile, the jokes you find funny, the way you think, the way you process, the way you see the world. It's all uniquely you, and it's beautiful. Maybe you've spent time wishing you were different, wishing you were more outgoing, or more reserved, or more confident, or more easygoing. But here's the thing. Your personality is perfect for you. It's the exact combination of traits that makes you who you are. And who you are is wonderful. If you're introverted, that's beautiful. The way you go deep, the way you think, the way you recharge in solitude, that's a gift. If you're extroverted, that's beautiful too. The way you light up a room, the way you connect, the way you energize others, that's a gift. If you're sensitive, that's not a weakness. It's a superpower. The way you feel deeply, the way you notice things, the way you care, that's precious. If you're analytical, that's wonderful. The way you think things through, the way you problem solve, the way you understand complexity, that's valuable. Whatever your personality is, it's exactly right for you. It's the instrument you were given to play your unique song. And when you try to be someone else, when you try to have a different personality, you're out of tune with yourself. But when you embrace your personality, when you love it, when you celebrate it, you're in harmony with who you really are. And that feels so good, so right, so peaceful. So tonight, think about your personality, the quirks, the traits, the unique ways you show up in the world. And instead of judging them, love them. I love that I'm thoughtful. I love that I'm enthusiastic. I love that I'm careful. I love that I'm spontaneous. Whatever you are, love that about yourself, because it's you, and you are lovable exactly as you are. Your personality doesn't need to change. It just needs to be accepted, appreciated, loved by you. When you love your personality, other people feel that, and they're drawn to it. They're attracted to your authenticity, to your self-acceptance, to your self-love, because there's nothing more attractive than someone who loves themselves, who's comfortable in their own skin, who celebrates who they are. So celebrate you tonight. Celebrate your personality, all the unique traits that make you, you. Love the way you laugh. Love the way you think. Love the way you are, because it's all perfect for you. You don't need to be anyone else. You just need to be more fully yourself. And that starts with loving your personality exactly as it is. I love my personality. I love being me, and I'm so glad I was born as me. Right now, in this moment, I want you to do something. Wrap your arms around yourself. Actually do it. Give yourself a hug. Cross your arms over your chest and hold yourself gently, lovingly. This is you embracing yourself with love, with acceptance, with kindness. Feel it, your arms around your body. This is self-love in physical form. This is you saying to yourself, I've got you. I'm here for you. I love you. How often do you do this? How often do you physically hold yourself with love? We're so quick to hug others, to comfort them, to hold them. But we rarely do this for ourselves. But tonight, you're doing it. You're wrapping yourself in your own love. And it feels good, doesn't it? To be held, even by yourself, especially by yourself. Because your own embrace is always available. You can give yourself this comfort anytime you need it. When you're sad, hug yourself. When you're scared, hold yourself. When you're lonely, embrace yourself. You don't always need someone else to give you physical comfort. You can give it to yourself. And as you hold yourself right now, feel the energy of love, warm, protective, nurturing. This is the energy of self-love, and you're generating it for yourself. You're creating what you need inside yourself. This is power, real power. The power to love yourself so completely that you can feel it physically, emotionally, spiritually. You are surrounded by your own love, wrapped in it, protected by it, nourished by it. And it's the warmest, most comforting, most healing love there is. Because it's unconditional. You're not hugging yourself because you did something good. You're hugging yourself because you exist, and that's enough. You're not holding yourself because you earned it. You're holding yourself because you deserve it, simply by being you. This embrace is available to you every single day, every single night, whenever you need to feel loved, whenever you need to feel held, whenever you need to remember that you're not alone, because you have yourself and you love yourself. So keep holding yourself for a moment longer. Feel the warmth of this self-embrace. Feel the love you're giving yourself. Feel the comfort you're creating. This is beautiful. This is healing. This is self-love. And it's yours anytime you want it. Just wrap your arms around yourself and remember, you are loved by you. And that's the most important love there is. I embrace myself with love. I hold myself with tenderness. I am here for myself always. Can you feel it? This shift that's happening? As you've been practicing self-love tonight, something is changing at a cellular level. Your body is responding to this love. You're giving yourself, every cell in your body is receiving this message. You are loved. You are valued. You are cherished. And your cells are responding. They're relaxing. They're opening. They're smiling. Yes, your cells can smile when you love yourself. Your cells feel it. They respond by functioning better, by healing faster, by being healthier. Because love isn't just an emotion, it's energy. And that energy affects your body on a physical level. When you're stressed, when you hate yourself, when you're harsh, your cells contract, they tighten, they struggle. But when you love yourself, when you're kind, when you're gentle, your cells relax, they open, they thrive. So, right now, as you lie here loving yourself, imagine every cell in your body receiving that love. Your heart cells smiling, beating with joy, not just duty. Your brain cells smiling, firing with ease, not just stress. Your muscle cells smiling, relaxing deeply, not holding tension. Your skin cells smiling, glowing with health, not dullness. Every single cell in your entire body is receiving this love and responding with vitality, with health, with happiness. This isn't metaphorical. This is real. Scientific studies show that self-love reduces stress hormones, increases immune function, improves healing. Your body literally benefits from you loving yourself. So, as you fall asleep tonight, know that you're not just feeling good emotionally, you're actually creating health at a cellular level. Your body is being healed by your self-love. Every cell is bathing in this energy and responding with gratitude, with healing, with joy. Your cells are smiling because you're loving yourself. And that smile, that cellular happiness, will stay with you through the night, healing you, restoring you, renewing you. So keep loving yourself, not just for your emotional health, but for your physical health too. Your body needs your love, and when you give it, your body responds with wellness, with vitality, with life. Every cell is smiling because of your love, and that's beautiful. There's a feeling I want you to notice right now, in this moment, a feeling of completeness. You might not have everything you want. You might not have achieved everything. You might not have arrived where you're going. But right now, in this moment, you are complete. You're not missing anything essential. You're not lacking anything fundamental. You're not incomplete, waiting to be whole. You are whole, right now, complete. This might seem strange because we're taught that we're incomplete without certain things. Without a partner, we're incomplete. Without success, we're incomplete. Without achievement, we're incomplete. But that's not true. You were born complete. You came into this world as a whole person, and you still are. Yes, you're growing. Yes, you're evolving. Yes, you're becoming. But you're not incomplete. You're just expanding. Like a flower that blooms, the bud is complete. The bloom is complete. They're just different stages, but both complete. And you, right now, at this stage of your journey, you are complete. You don't need anything else to be whole. You don't need anyone else to complete you. You're already complete within yourself. And when you feel this, really feel this, everything changes. You stop looking for completion outside yourself. You stop thinking that happiness is just around the corner when you get that thing. You realize happiness is here. Completion is here. Wholeness is here. Right now, inside you. This is freedom. Freedom from seeking what you already have. Freedom from waiting to be complete. Freedom to just be complete right now. So feel it. Feel that sense of completeness. You're not lacking. You're not missing anything. You're not incomplete. You are whole. You are complete. You are enough. Just as you are, right now, in this bed, in this moment, in this body. You are complete. And from this place of completeness, you can create, you can grow, you can evolve, not from lack, but from abundance, not from need, but from desire, not from incompleteness, but from wholeness. This is the foundation of self-love. Knowing you're complete, knowing you're whole, knowing you don't need anything or anyone to make you complete, because you already are. I am complete. I am whole. I am enough. Right now, exactly as I am. Tomorrow morning, when you wake up, something will be different. You'll feel it the moment you open your eyes. This self-love we've been cultivating tonight, it will still be there, stronger, deeper, more real. And you'll wake up with a feeling you might not have felt in a long time. Confidence, not the loud, arrogant kind, but the quiet, solid kind. The kind that comes from truly loving yourself. You'll look in the mirror, and instead of criticism, you'll feel appreciation. There I am, the person I love, the person I'm proud of. You'll start your day with kindness toward yourself, not rushing, not pushing, not demanding, but honoring what you need. You'll make choices that serve you, not because you have to, but because you want to. Because you love yourself and you want what's best for you. This confidence, this self-love, it will radiate from you, and people will notice. They'll see something different about you, something lighter, something freer, something more authentic, and they'll be drawn to it, because self-love is attractive, not in a superficial way, but in a deep way. People are drawn to those who love themselves, who know their worth, who honor their needs, because it gives them permission to do the same. So tomorrow, you'll wake up not just rested, but renewed. not just refreshed, but transformed by this practice of self-love. And you'll carry it with you through the day. When challenges arise, you'll face them with self-compassion, not self-criticism. When mistakes happen, you'll meet them with understanding, not harsh judgment. When you look in the mirror, you'll see someone worthy of love, because you know it's true. This is how self-love works. It doesn't just make one night better, it makes your whole life better, because you're approaching everything from a place of self-love instead of self-judgment. And that changes everything. So as you drift off tonight, know that tomorrow you'll wake up with more love for yourself, with more confidence in yourself, with more peace with yourself. Because tonight, you've done the work. You've loved yourself. You've honored yourself. You've valued yourself. And tomorrow, you'll reap the benefits of that love. You'll wake up feeling good about yourself, about your life, about your future, because you love yourself, and that love makes everything better. So sleep well tonight, knowing that tomorrow you'll wake up as someone who truly loves themselves. And that's the best way to start any day. And now, we come to the end of this beautiful journey into self-love. But it's not really the end. It's the beginning of a new relationship with yourself. A relationship based on love, not criticism. Based on acceptance, not rejection. Based on kindness, not harshness. And as you drift off into sleep now, I want you to take these words with you into your dreams. I love myself, not because I'm perfect, but because I'm me. And being me is enough. I love myself with all my flaws, with all my imperfections, with all my humanness. I love myself unconditionally, completely, truly. I am valuable, not because of what I do, but because of what I am. A human being with inherent worth, with intrinsic value. I am valuable, and I don't need to prove it, to earn it, to justify it. I am valuable simply because I exist, and that's enough. These truths, I love myself, I am valuable, they're not just nice words. They're your new reality, the foundation of how you'll live from this moment forward, with self-love, with self-worth, with self-respect. And as you sleep tonight, these truths will sink deeper into your subconscious, into your cells, into your soul. And tomorrow, when you wake, they'll be part of you, not something you have to try to believe, but something you just know. I love myself. I am valuable. This is who you are now. Someone who loves themselves. Someone who knows their worth. Someone who treats themselves with kindness and that's beautiful. So sleep now, beautiful soul. Sleep wrapped in your own love. Sleep knowing your own value. Sleep peacefully in the truth that you are exactly who you're supposed to be. And that's more than enough. I love myself. I am valuable. I am worthy. I am enough. These are your truths, now and always. Good night, beautiful soul. Sleep in love. Your love for yourself. You deserve it. You are it. You are love. Good night.